Hey guys, welcome back to episode 5 of A&A Art Not Algorithms. Today I have artist Pertinence here with me, and we're going to be discussing me, because I am the center of attention, always. Hi, nice to meet you. Jess.
Roll the intro. That was great, dude. That was fucking awesome. I wasn't even saying. I was like sitting here racking it how I was gonna start it. No, you murdered it. No, I'm unwilling to do any other intro card after that.
No, that's not the intro.
This is the one. Welcome back to the A&A podcast. It's your boy Pert the Squirt, P-E-R-T to P-E-R-T-Y. Today I'm joined by the illustrious Jess Benko.
Hello.
Today we're going to be discussing her independent journey as she makes millions and trillions of dollars through the independent route and fucking the label system. Those are my words, not hers. So now we'll let her have her words.
So right.
Thanks for coming this week.
Of the script. Hello. Welcome. I'm replacing your favorite person on the planet, McLean, and becoming your new favorite person.
Okay. All right. So for a little bit of context, I know Jess very fucking minimally.
Yeah, we've spoken maybe like twice.
However, I've heard some lore strands through the interwebs of Live 2. I just had no idea how independently minded you were, like at the jump of it. So that's fucking crazy, and I want to just ravage your mind about that.
Dive into that.
So all that I really know is that you self-produced and like self-engineered. You did everything on your phone for this one record many years ago.
Yeah.
And how many years ago are we talking at this point?
That was summer of 2019.
Okay, word. So not many years ago, 4 years ago, we'll say. And how fast did that record come together? Like when you first started working on it?
Well, the thing is, I started writing. The first song I ever wrote was in February of 2019.
Damn.
And then I didn't even know I was making a record. Once I decided that I wanted to put the songs out, I recorded all of them over the span of a couple months, but within like a week.
Damn. So what happened in February of 2019 where you were like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it? Yeah.
I was sad.
Nice. Okay, that'll do it.
I didn't know what else to do.
That'll do it.
Didn't know what else to do.
But before that, like, I mean, you're a very like artist, creator, like stuff like that. So like music couldn't have been your first like medium for art before you started that, yeah?
I mean, it kind of was.
Really?
Like, strangely enough. I mean, I've always been a very musically inclined person, and like I surrounded myself in every single art media form that I could when I was a kid. I mean, I was in musicals, I was in choirs, I was in band, I was in dance, all the things. But sports took up majority of my life.
Nice. You were hooping crazy or what?
Soccer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, word. Right on. Damn.
Yeah. So that took up majority of my time, and I knew that I always like wanted to do like something creative and like sing and stuff like that, but it was not supported whatsoever.
That was my next question. Damn. Yeah. So nobody in the music and nobody in the house was bumping tunes?
No.
Not even a little JT on the weekends?
No.
Damn, bro. What happened when you were cleaning the house? You just clean in silence?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez, bro. Jeez.
Yeah.
So what was the reaction like in February, before even the summer of 2019, but in February we were like, yo, fucking peep this killer croc tune I just made.
I mean, I didn't tell anyone about it.
No? You just hosted it?
No, I did. Yeah. So what happened was, I was just like going through a bunch of shit about a year and a half beforehand, and didn't know how to deal with it. Came home one day, and my brain was like, okay, you have to write a song about it. Had never written a song before. Had never tried to.
That's so crazy.
And I was like, okay, cool. Because I was at like such a point of desperation, to the point where I was gonna latch onto anything that made me feel better. And that just happened to be writing music. I mean, I had taught myself how to play like guitar and piano and a bunch of other instruments, so like I knew what I was doing in that sense. But so I literally sat down 15 minutes later, first song, and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? I couldn't stop.
Wow.
For months, I could not stop. It was the best. And then,
so sick. I don't know why it's giving me such a crazy feeling. Yeah, that's so cool.
Because it was.
We've all felt it. Like, yeah right. That's so
like,
cool.
What is this gold mine I've stumbled across?
Right. There's nothing like it, bro. There's nothing like, and then you go to like record real quick, like after you write the next line, and you're just like, and like your throat's like too, you know what I mean? Because you know how tight it's gonna be. Like you can't even record the next joint. Damn.
And it was so real. So I was writing these songs, and one day in like May-ish, I was like, why not put it on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Why not? So I was like, okay, how do I record this? I had heard of GarageBand, so I downloaded it on my phone, and I would sit on my bed. I didn't have a desk, and so I would sit on my bed cross-legged, put like a little mic down that I would plug into my phone, try and play guitar as closely as I could to it, so it wouldn't pick up the background noise. There's a lot of background noise. You can hear my parents talking in it, the cars outside my window, like my dog
awesome,
probably barking in some of the takes, and everything was one take.
Wow.
Every single thing was one take, so
Yeah.
I just needed to get it out. Didn't know what I was doing with like mixing or engineering or anything, so I then on the SoundCloud, on the GarageBand app, you know how you can press the share button?
Yeah.
I shared it to SoundCloud.
No way. Just directly from.
Yeah.
That is so hard, Jess. That's so crazy,
Well, I
bro.
didn't know anything else.
Yeah, right.
I was like, okay, cool.
Damn.
That's what I'm
Damn.
doing. And so did that, posted the song on SoundCloud at like 2 a.m. on a Thursday, put out my first song.
2 a.m. on a Thursday.
Or something like
Something
that.
obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And posted on my Instagram story to my like 100 followers from like high school and people I didn't really like, being like, hey guys, made a song.
That is fucking sick.
Check it out if you want. No
Right.
one did.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I didn't care. I was on
Right.
I was on cloud 9. The simple fact of singing over pre-recorded guitar just exploded my brain.
Yeah.
Which is because before that whenever I would sing, I would play piano or play guitar
Yeah.
at the same time. And so that little even it's such a small thing, but it was the entire world for me back then.
Yeah. And that whole track was just like, it was like the guitar and that was it. It was just the guitar and your vocals.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
nice.
so posted that one May of 2019. I'm still writing. About a month goes by, and I'm like, I want to put out another one. and so I did the same thing. I recorded it. This time this next song that I had put out called "The Soulmate Who Wasn't Meant to Be," Soulmate for shorter purposes. It's almost like a 5-minute song. There's 5 seconds of kind of just static and atmospheric sounds at the beginning because I didn't know how to cut it out.
Really?
Yeah,
Bro,
I didn't know how to cut it out.
Parents just like, pizza rolls.
I had this song and I again shared it to SoundCloud, put it out at a really obscure time, whenever, wherever, and all of a sudden it just started kind of going.
Like immediately.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Like
much.
the next day?
Yeah, and I was really confused. I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where this is coming from.
Not to interrupt you,
Go
but
ahead.
just to like vividly fucking picture it. So like you put it out and then you just went to bed
Mm-hmm.
and then you woke up and were like, I wonder what's going on, and then you just went and checked it and it was fucking, you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it wasn't insane.
Right.
When I had checked it, but it had,
could tell that something was happening.
Something was happening,
Yeah.
and I kind of just let it be for about 2 weeks. It was still going a little bit. Like 2 weeks later, it had like 25,000 streams, and while my first one did like maybe 600,
So fucking crazy.
and I was like,
Oh, you're just so geeked. Yeah, dude. Damn.
I was like, I don't know what's going on. And so I started doing a little bit of a search on myself
Yeah.
on the internet.
Damn.
Searching up my
Crazy
name.
spot to be in, bro.
And I found that a YouTube channel had downloaded the song, reposted it. And when I had found the video, the first day I found the video, it had 29,000 views. The next day, it had like 61,000. And 2 days later, it had like 1 million.
Dude, what? Where do we live, dude? This shit is so crazy. The fact that that's even possible is so fucking crazy. It's literally the new lottery.
It was
Not that
it
you didn't
was-
deserve it, but fucking.
Oh no! It was
It's so crazy.
Perfect time, perfect place. Like this was like pure luck. I don't know how that happened, but I was like, oh, people want this song like on platforms now.
Yeah.
So I was responding to the comments, being like, "Hi, this is me, my song. I'll put it on Spotify once I figure out how."
Yeah.
Because I had no clue. Also, fun fact about this: my name was put wrong in like the title and description. It was put as Jessica Benko.
These motherfuckers.
When I go by Jess Benko, and the only link to my music, or like just me, was my SoundCloud link, and it was wrong.
It was wrong?
Yeah, so no one could find me from it.
Were you kind of Go ahead. I'm sorry.
unless they typed in the full name of the song into SoundCloud, which no one was gonna do that.
But when you like, what feelings were associated with that when you first like saw the video? Like, were you just stoked because like it was getting stuff, or were you just like, yo, what the fuck? Like nobody hit me up about this.
Oh no, I was stoked.
Yeah.
My mind was blown.
Yeah.
Because I'm the second song I ever posted.
Fucking crazy.
Like got some attention, and I was a little bit in panic mode just because I'm like, oh, people want this song. I got to capitalize off of this like momentum, and at least have it on Spotify and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so there was also just like a lot of love that I felt that because I was in a bad time, a very bad place, and I'm like, something's working. Okay,
Yeah.
I moved forward.
And you feel like that genuinely like helped your mental too?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, nice.
Dude, yeah, no, 100. If I hadn't picked up that guitar, it would have been something else.
Yeah.
And something else that could have potentially just ruined my life.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. And now I'm sitting here speaking to you. For
Shout
real.
out.
Shout out, for real.
Well, just really quick before you like move on to later in the story, I just want to bring up two little like, okay, so like I try to govern like so much of my life around like these like spiritual laws, right? And like how like basically you can be the most within the ebb and flow of like the universe. And two like really, really sick ones that I think definitely fit to like your situation there was like the law of detachment and the law of least effort. And so
Okay,
like
I haven't heard of those.
so like basically the law of detachment is about planting the seed because you love to garden. And I'd like bring this up like a motherfucker, but I just think it's so critical is planting the seed, patting it there because again, you just love having a green thumb, but not ever coming back to see like, oh, is it an oak tree? Like, has it sprouted? Is it this? Is it this? And if it does, cool, that's extra, that's whatever.
Yeah.
But just like you said, you just put it out because you loved making music and it was like so freeing to you. And then when you put out that first one, it was like, cool, like, now that's out. And like you said, I don't give a fuck who listens to it, but I know that helped me so much. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, you just were like so in the ebb and flow of like the world. And then on top of that, the law of least attachment, but then the law of least effort too, of like, basically you were just, again, doing it because you were doing what felt like correct to you and what felt right to be in the ebb and flow. And it was like, fuck it, like, this is one take because this is what feels right. You know what I mean? And it's not least effort in terms of like being lazy or anything like that. But there's a real thing to be said about like not always trying so hard and not trying to like force something to be perfect or this or this. And it was just like
real.
this,
And
right,
that's
exactly.
perfect in and of itself.
Right. And this feels good in this moment, so I'm gonna release this like to the world now. And then obviously you're just rewarded like massively for it, which is so fucking cool. Which is so cool. And I don't know if like that was something intentional, but that's wicked fucking sick.
It was pure. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
There was I wasn't fucking thinking about like monetization or like
Right.
how am I going to get this to people.
Yeah.
I just made something because
Yeah.
I felt something and then I put it out because I was like, maybe other people feel what I feel, maybe
Just
they
fucking
don't
sick.
care. I just like what I made, so I put it
Yeah.
out.
And I feel like the world has a real way of rewarding that for sure. Like
It
of
did.
that pure like energy of
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean? You're doing it out of the right place, out of
Yeah.
like out of love entirely,
Yeah.
which is fucking so
Yeah.
sick.
And I mean, I was also completely ignorant to how anything worked.
Sure.
Not in the sense that I didn't care, but I mean, you don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know.
Yeah. Damn.
So I was going every single day responding to these comments, being like, I'll put it on Spotify once I figure out how. But hi, this is me, my song. It's on SoundCloud. You
My
can go
name is
check
fucking Jess. Get it
My
right.
name is Jess. And so now I was kind of scrambling because I was like, okay, time to put it out. Then I found out what DistroKid was. I was like, okay, cute. I'll put it out through DistroKid. Then I was like, wait, I've been writing a bunch of songs. So if I'm gonna put out this one, why not just put out an entire album?
Yeah.
And so I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of put together the storyline and arranged the order of the songs. I mean, I was writing about basically the same shit that was going on in my life.
Sure.
So it was already cohesive. Got one of my friends to take a photo of my hand. I was like, I don't know why, but I need a hand. I now know why I need a hand. It makes complete sense. And put that together, uploaded it to DistroKid, still as these like M4A tracks
Nice.
that I shared
Dude, that is so cool though, bro.
I didn't recut anything. You know how there's an option on DistroKid where you can just tell it to upload the songs as soon as it's like properly distributed, without setting an actual release date,
Sure.
and so you don't really know when it's gonna come out.
Sure, just
it's
when it's
as
ready.
soon as as soon as the stores get it. I pressed that, so I didn't know.
So
when
you had it coming out everywhere at different times?
Yeah, not completely different times. Like they all circulated around like the same day.
Cool.
But I didn't know.
Damn.
And so I did that.
That's fucking awesome, bro.
And then people just started listening.
Nice. Very cool. Which must have been fucking crazy because,
was
like,
so
I mean, you couldn't have been, like, super sure of how that was going to translate,
Oh,
yeah?
no clue. But it's also like, I don't want to say I didn't care, but it didn't really matter to me. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm just going to put it out. Also, on top of this, still no one knew that I was doing this. I had mentioned it a couple times to, like, my friends, but I was completely doing this by
You
myself.
didn't even tell your parents?
No.
No shot.
No.
Dude. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so, was it like intentionally or it just like never came up in your mind space like, oh, I should fill my parents in on this?
Well, I mean, I was also like not talking to my parents at that time,
Word.
so
Okay.
that was part of it.
Right on.
Yeah, both intentional and also it's like, no, I'm gonna keep this as pure as possible and keep
Wow.
it like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me and the people that it.
That's really sick. I put out a ton of fucking music before anything happened. And then even with that still, when people like started to pay attention, for whatever reason, there's like always this feeling associated with it that like one day, I mean like in my heart of hearts, obviously I know who I am and like what I'm doing here and I'm not worried about the future of things. I know that I can, recreate like this process and keep making good music. But to a sense, there is definitely like that imposter syndrome of just like, well, why me? And like, did I really make all those songs? Because like when I think back to it, like I can remember it, but like I can't put myself in that feeling again of like the grind and like whatever. I just like I'm out of touch with it now, and so like I lose that like little piece.
Okay.
Anyways, so for somebody that's coming from like obviously a much different position, when like that second song just started going crazy, was it like were there any feelings of just like, oh damn, or you were just like, no, this is fucking hard and like this deserves
Just
this shit?
just that.
Yeah?
I mean, it wasn't like I had written a song and I'm like, oh, this is a hit.
Yeah.
So again, with the detachment thing, I mean, I didn't expect anything out of it. I didn't want anything out of it. And so there was no imposter syndrome.
Nice.
I understood the people that connected with it, and I think they understood me, and then that led to me just creating a very like fan oriented.
Sometimes I find myself working backwards from that a little bit because a lot of the times the songs that'll do well for me are like, these like big, like more anthemic kind of just like something to jump around to and whatnot. And so that's really sick that you were able to start it there, like from something so pure and so genuine, because those people feel like they really, really know you, which is so hard to cultivate.
What do you mean you're working backwards? You mean, do you have an audience in mind and then creating for that audience?
I think I'm in a good spot now of like having the balance, because it's not to say I don't love making the anthems. Like that's my favorite type of music to hear. And so when it first started, it was just out of a place of trying to recreate something that I love so much and not really, again, not worrying about a fan base or whatever, but just like, this is what sounds sick.
Yeah, and that's just do what you think is dope.
Yeah, and then after that, for a little bit, like it slipped into a place where it was like, oh my God, like fucking finally people give a fuck. So all I have to do is just make this song over and over and over. And so then I maybe did like 2 or 3 of those afterwards. And I was like, well, this is fucking buns. Like this isn't fun at all. Like, and it just stripped away all the integrity. And so I think in terms of what I'm saying of working backwards, I don't feel like I'm in a bad spot. I do feel like I have very genuine connections with very genuine people and people who do feel like they've been through a lot of the same stuff. And that's not to say I don't cut records that can't make people like be in line with it. I guess what I'm just saying in terms of the working backwards is like, a lot of the time I don't know if people feel like they are knowing the real me as opposed to like an idea of me, you know what I mean? And I think people are very
the idea
anchored.
that worked.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I think, which is cool, like it's cool to have, but, and I'm not saying it's here or there, but I think it's really, really cool that yours is built so like out of just like, no, this is our friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could go talk to her right now and talk to her about the things she's been through because I feel like I know like what she's been through also, you know? That's really cool. And it's a very, very hard thing to cultivate in the society of just like next.
It was a difficult thing to maintain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, I was going live every single night for about 3 years for like 2-3 hours a night.
Really?
Not in a good way though. Well, I mean, yes, in a good way, but in a way that really burned me out emotionally and mentally. I was talking people out of like not harming themselves as a 16-year-old
Yeah.
for just hours and a bunch of strangers and like responding to DMs, like I would keep like these like 2-week long conversations going with at least 15 people at a time. It was really difficult.
You're a superhero. That's fucking crazy. Nah, fuck that though. That's really crazy, bro.
It was
That's
wild.
really, really sick. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was crazy. So that was difficult to maintain.
When you came out of like the other, you were like, okay, I can't keep doing this. Like I physically don't have the time.
Oh, yeah, no,
Where did you find
it burned me
yourself?
out.
Like, what was the next move from there?
I mean, now we're in like COVID times.
Nice.
And oh, this will be fun. I had put out a bit more music. I had definitely just like taken a step back. So now we're in like the middle of 2020. As soon as COVID hit and quarantine, I'm in the middle of my senior year, and then I stopped going to school in like online classes because I'm like, I don't like this anymore. I'm not doing this. I don't want to. I don't think it's fun, and I don't care. Didn't graduate high school. Crazy.
Swag.
I dropped
Said,
out.
I'm gonna
like
be a rapper.
That's exactly what I said. Hey guys, new
Word
Jess
for
Benko
word verbatim.
new Jess Benko project dropping. I am a rapper. That's really good.
All right, so this game, it's called Headline or H2O.
Nice. What?
So I've compiled several news headlines in the music world from the past week. You guys will have to answer questions about these headlines. If you get it wrong, you'll be sprayed with water.
Dude, it's cold.
Okay.
That was robust. That was a very punctual spray.
All right, Pert.
Yo.
The founder of this fraudulent luxury music festival took to Twitter this past week to announce it is coming back.
Yeah.
What music festival?
Firefest.
Fire Festival,
Yeah.
correct.
Crazy. Yeah, he just got out of jail, right? Yeah. Damn.
Hey guys, I don't know if you've heard anything about the last half an hour. I don't know anything. But go ahead.
This music festival was fined $117,000 this weekend for breaking city curfew all 3 nights.
Oh, Coachella?
Correct.
How much?
117,000. Some slight. So that's how it works.
Don't they charge 1,000 per minute over curfew or something like that?
Really?
It's crazy.
All right, back to Pert.
Sure.
This rap and R&B duo dropped a song this past week, but was quickly removed from all platforms by their label because the song was AI generated.
Jersey and Abel.
Yeah, Drake and The Weeknd.
That song is so fucking tight, dude. I don't know. I don't want to be like I just hear there's like, man, you're stealing our jobs. But that song is tight, bro. Yeah. Selena, like Justin Bieber. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. They should, bro. It already, I mean, like, yeah, they should. That'd be tough, right? Yeah, that would be cool.
Would they have to credit AI in?
Maybe. I mean,
Probably,
the AI
probably.
didn't. Yeah, I think it'd be like a little tit for
Well, who
tat
wrote the song?
situation. This dude named Ghostwriter who like put the shit on TikTok
Oh,
and
okay.
like AI generated their voices.
Okay.
So I think it'd just be a little like get back lick of like, why do we have to credit you if you did this without us? You know?
I'm sure Pub will have its
Yeah,
moment.
they'd probably be on their booty. Yeah, well, that dude was tweaking. I guess his whole mission statement is because of the fact that like he wrote for people in the industry and nobody credited him. Like nobody was putting his name on shit, and he wasn't getting paid for it. So
Oh,
he's
it's his,
fuck
like,
it, I'll
actual name,
steal your
Ghostwriter.
voices and fucking write a better song anyways. Yeah, yeah. But they just took that song off Spotify, and he was up to like it had like 300,000 streams.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, Jess. This rapper broke the internet this past week when she joined Ice Spice on a remix of her song. Their seductive music video gaining 13 million views over the weekend.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, correct.
Nicki Minaj. That video is fucking sick.
I didn't watch it.
I'm like, Nicki, I love you. I love you so much, Nicki. Give me a smooch.
This rapper took to social media last month to thank his neighbors for returning his wandering buffaloes.
Yo.
Do you know?
No. Fucking, I'm just like trying to think of who would fit the slot.
Okay.
I want to just say
Just
Kevin
sorting
Gates.
through
It
your-
just seems like the most Kevin Gates shit I've ever heard. Wandering Buffaloes. I feel like DJ Khaled's got some, but he's not a rapper. Wyclef Jean? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say Kevin Gates. I don't know who's got Buffalo. Who's it? Okay. Who's it?
Now it's Jess's turn.
Oh, yeah, she gets
I don't know.
Yeah, you have to steal.
You are being forced
You
to
have
steal.
to steal.
Dude, I don't know.
Say French Montana.
No, I'm not gonna say French Montana.
Say Macklemore.
No, I'm not gonna say Macklemore. I have no clue why I'm saying this, but Drake. Most likely not.
Who is it?
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh, you get him. Oh, fun. Oh, wait, I like this game. So if I get it wrong, you get-
Rick Ross. Rick Ross.
It was Rick Ross!
Fuck, dude.
Damn it. Lyricist, Rick Ross.
Fuck, dude. That was what I said. I can't believe I didn't think of the boss. That's crazy. Shout out all my peers.
Nick Cannon said that he's, quote, all in on having his 13th baby with this
Are
pop
you
superstar.
kidding me?
No way. Say Iggy Azalea. Come on.
I'm not gonna say he is alien because it's not true. I have no clue. I have not a single idea. Dolly Parton. Kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Yo, I've been seeing sprayer, dude. Sprayer. I've been seeing so much Dolly Parton around this goddamn fucking city, dude. Why does she have so many Why is Dolly Parton so culturally relevant?
Oh, is she?
has a dude. She's got a fucking amusement park.
What?
It's called Dollywood.
Are you
And it's a legit
kidding?
dude. I know. I was in the same position you were. I can't fucking. I don't know. It has like roller coasters and shit, right? It's like a very legitimate thing.
It's nice.
How much does
Where?
a ticket to Dolly World cost?
Not much. It's a cheap family vacation.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I didn't know Dolly Parton was like culturally
It's like
relevant.
when you're there, you're like, yeah, this matches up with like a Six Flags or like something like that. What?
Really?
Is she
Where
just
is it?
everywhere?
Yeah, they're very proud.
They?
She's like Tennessee. Look at her voice in the airport at
It's in Tennessee.
Nashville and whatnot.
Always?
Isn't she like 70?
She wears fake hand gloves, right? She wears silicone gloves on her hands.
Yeah, they cut off her hands.
Alright, Pert.
Dude, I'm so curious as to how much a season pass to Dolly World costs.
Nick Cannon said that he's, quote, all in on having his 13th baby with this pop
I'm
superstar.
for real going Iggy Azalea because that just felt so good to me. Ah. Okay.
Who was it?
Taylor Swift.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Recently broken up Taylor
Oh, that's
Swift.
hilarious. This isn't
Now
true.
on the
This isn't gonna
market.
happen.
Nick Cannon would love to have his 13th child with her.
Wow.
No, that was it.
Scary.
Oh, that was it?
That was it, gang.
Cool.
Damn, bro. That was a good one. I need to find how much a season ticket to Dolly World costs.
I don't know why I said Dolly Parton. I didn't know she was culturally relevant. I haven't heard of her in years.
Dude.
I just said the name because I just thought of it.
Culturally
Feel right.
relevant to very
Like
strong
Iggy Azalea
niche,
felt
but,
right for you.
not to middle America.
A one-day theme park ticket to Dolly World costs $89.
Oh,
dude.
that's not bad.
That is bad. You can
It
get into
is?
Six Flags for like
I've never been
75 beans.
I've never been to Six Flags. I wouldn't know. Do you like roller coasters?
Love roller coasters.
Okay.
You don't like roller coasters?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you love roller
I
coasters
didn't
also?
say that.
Let's go to Six Flags.
Look
Okay.
up how many yearly visitors they've got at Dollywood.
Like 7 or 8, it's saying. They got Big Bear Mountain. That's their main fucking swag right there.
So
Are you
this is
serious?
like real.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, but like
Something
yeah.
about
The
it.
Barnstormer is lit, dude.
this ain't no Six Flags though, dude.
I forgot that the Barnstormer was part of.
If I paid $90 to get into this motherfucker, I would be pissed, dude.
Dude, they got some
Why?
cool ass rides, man.
Dude,
like
look
I've,
it.
I've been disappointed by Six Flags, but I was not disappointed. by
No
Dollywood.
way.
I was probably 12 when I went to Dollywood.
I want to go to Six Flags.
Let's go, dude.
Okay.
What if we left here right now and went
Right
to
now.
Six Flags?
Okay, guys,
That
we're
would
gonna
be
put-
so crazy. So album is out. You're like, I gotta kind of like switch the dynamic between me and my friends because that's, or not between my friends, me and my fans rather, because that's like exhausting me a little bit. And that was, now we're like late 2019 going into 2020 when that's kind of happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and then fast forward to March 2020, COVID, home, depressed, drop out of school. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna figure out music. 2 weeks later, I get hit up by first industry person.
What?
That's like, oh, also, several months before then, I DM'd a bunch of record labels just being like, help.
Really?
Yeah, being like, hi, help.
Like their main Instagrams?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. And none of them got back to you?
No, because like, why
Those
would they?
motherfuckers, because you're you. And what, like, were you looking for?
Just like advice.
Okay, right on. Just of what to do next
Yeah.
type shit? Or
Yeah.
just how to continue the momentum of
Yeah,
this?
or like also just how to get into like the music industry.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Damn.
Hitting up major
Okay.
record labels.
And so at that point, song is doing 20,000 streams a day. Had you seen money from it by that time of like when it was doing the 20 a day?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're
1997, I was like, okay, cool, this works.
and
'Cause-
at that point you have to tell your parents, right?
yeah, I told them. I didn't tell them any details or whatever. I was just like, hey, there's gonna be money coming into my bank account.
Wow. Yo, what? Snip. I got like a buck or two like coming through, so just be looking out for that.
Yeah. But I drop out. Like, I'm gonna figure out this music thing. 2 weeks later, after I drop out, I get an email from, I don't know. Have you heard of the Indify guys?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do like our deal is structured through
Sick.
Indify.
Right. So you know Connor?
Of course.
He sent me an email and was like, hi, I've been looking for you for a year.
Damn.
Turns out he had seen that YouTube video, tried to find me from it, couldn't because the links were wrong. My stuff wasn't on Spotify yet,
Damn, bro.
and just like forgot about me. And then his friend had made him a playlist to listen to on Spotify, and one of my songs was on it. And he had heard the song. It wasn't like Soulmate, the one he originally heard, but he went, checked out my profile, and saw that Soulmate was there.
Yeah.
And he's like, holy shit, that's the girl I've been looking for.
Wow.
He emailed me and was like,
Connor's sick. Connor's a cool guy.
he was like, I want to help with whatever. And I was like, okay, okay, please.
Please.
Please, I don't know
No,
what
but
I'm
yeah,
doing.
for sure.
Um,
Okay, so Connor hits you up, and and we're
Yes.
doing like 40K. You just dropped out of high school. He's like, yo, I'm here to help you.
And I was like, okay, yes, please.
And what's his offer? What's his thing that he is claiming he can do?
He was just saying, like, I literally, whatever I needed help with. It wasn't like an Indify Jess Benko
Sure,
thing. It was just a
sure.
Connor wanting to help
Nice.
out. The relationship was purely me being like, hey, I like want management and a lawyer. And he was like, okay,
Okay, word.
connecting me with people.
Okay, so the management and the lawyer was your first step then. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Connor was literally just an angel. He was just like, yeah, I'll help with whatever, and no strings attached, no whatever. And he was like, okay, cool, let's go make you a star. I
Nice.
was like, okay.
Nice. I mean, obviously this momentum is still upward trending, but it's a song that has been out for a year and some change at this point. So where do you go in terms of like, okay, what happens next?
I was figuring that out.
Right.
Now I was just doing a bunch of sessions, working with different people. I was getting in 2.5 years. I was doing like 2 sessions every single day.
Jesus.
Every single day. Coming out to LA, doing 8-week trips here, a different Airbnb every single time, and going back to Toronto for like 4 weeks. Bad situation there, and back here.
Damn, and you're 18 years old. That must have been very difficult.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I was telling McLean the other day, like be protective
Yeah.
of your spark and you.
Mm.
I didn't know how much the chaos of doing so much would affect me. So while I was in it, I was on cloud 9. I was her.
Period.
And so, in that sense, being in it, that was nothing compared to what I had gone through several years before. But afterwards, once I realized what I had been doing and how much like mental and emotional and creative strain I had been putting on myself, bad,
Yeah.
not good. With Soulmate, beginning of 2021, had another moment where it went up
Nice.
and it continued the upness.
And what do you attribute that to?
A TikTok that I posted.
Boom. Okay. Bada bing. Nice. We're on the ticky now. Awesome. Okay. Swag.
Song was bigger than me as a person, which is great, and love that. But now I had to be like, okay,
Here I am.
there's more to this.
Right.
There's more to the Soulmate sad singer songwriter girl, 16 years old in her bedroom, and
So how did you work on kind of like chipping away at that?
I'm still doing that.
Okay.
I'm still doing that. I think through burnout and everything, I mean, I definitely took the time with like figuring out more of my sonic sound, and like what I wanted to be, and building out the rest of like Jess Benko branding. I made a little bit of a separation in my brain from who I was back then and who I am now. Because I needed to. I didn't want to be known as Soulmate Girl, so I stopped promoting myself as Soulmate Girl.
Absolutely.
I kind of just reintroduced myself as a bit of a new artist. I'm eternally grateful for the position that I was in and for Soulmate to work out and me being able to be in a place where I can be financially independent at 17 and then move out to LA on my own and all of this stuff. And I don't regret anything I ever did, but I didn't have a foundation or knowing of who I was when all that happened.
Absolutely.
So I needed to take some time away and rebuild that.
Sure.
And I thankfully had like the privilege and like resources to do so.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously you do speak from a bit of a privileged stance, but it's not like the song just happened and then fizzled out like a couple of days. It is evidently like an incredible song because of how long like the upward trajectory was.
Have you listened to it?
I have one time. One singular time.
Actually?
Yeah, one singular time.
Oh, that's crazy.
I did.
You know what Baby Jess sounds like? That's wild.
I don't like the way I said singular time as if it was like, yeah, like I listened to it, like fucking. I just don't like the way that came off. I respect you very much as a songwriter, as a musician. I just didn't. I was like, yeah, I did one time, one time. Anyway, I don't know why I was thinking of me, but keep going.
I didn't feel disrespected
Cool.
at all.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
worry. Yeah, so I was entering these sessions, and I mean, first thing was I was just seeing what different types of producers there were. I knew that I had my sonic influences and what I was listening to at the time and what I liked, and I literally just went into everything with just like as a bit of a prompt. I was still, it's like I was making music while I was still building out like my outline and vision for what I wanted my music to sound like. So it was very much so an experimentation. I made a lot of fucking songs. Made a lot of songs.
That's fucking awesome. Man.
It was great.
Yeah.
I loved every single second of it. And I had to constantly take steps back and be like, okay, what do I like? What feels like me?
Yeah.
What's true? What's not? And then overthinking. The worst thing you can do is overthink your art. Don't do it. 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 Because then you get paralyzed.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I think that's so important. I think like a lot of the time, the idea of like having to evolve or whatever like will paralyze people from even starting in the first place. That this first verse has to be everything, you know. And like sometimes the tightest part of the song doesn't come until like the second bridge, and you would never know because you didn't finish writing like the first verse itself.
You
But
just have to do.
I can say that from like a very ignorant standpoint because I've never been in the position to where it's like, okay, now like I really gotta follow it up. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm super curious about. When it was time that like obviously this song is still like now even doing numbers for you. But what was the moment where you're like, all right, because you're talking about like having to like separate the two, like this past self from your new self. So that in itself I think is kind of like the moment of where you're like, okay, I need to move forward. I need to move on.
Yeah.
But what was that record and like what was that feeling like of like, no, this is it. Like this is the next thing.
Because at this time I wasn't making new music to try and follow up Soulmate or like give people the next thing. No, I was completely just like, okay, what kind of music do I want to be making?
Maybe like some misconception about the industry is that the people who are making music successfully and the people who are doing well are somehow like ultimately certain of themselves. More so, I think the idea is just that like if you're successful in your music, then you're bound to just like believe in yourself all the time, and everything you cut is like, oh, this is the next hit, this is the next thing. And I think it's supernatural for people just to like be writing a song and just be like, can I even like write a song? Like can I even do that right now? Like, I don't know if you've gotten there, but like definitely there'll be times where like I'm just like, yo, like I can't think of a single word that rhymes with this right now.
Yep.
Like, or I can't think of a single thing that like will be beneficial for me to say. So I guess the question is like, at this incredibly successful, this 0.0001% of where other musicians have made it to before, what do you do to kind of combat like those moments?
I step away from it at first, only for a couple days, but then I go back into it, and I just fucking figure it out. I force it out of myself.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been down in the depths of like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know nothing. I have proof though that I do know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just for fun, because of the way that this song like had such a meaningfulness to this pocket of people, guess how many playlists it's on?
So many. I mean, I don't even know. I have no like reference point. I have no reference
Well,
point.
the song right now has just under 95
Okay.
million.
Oh, bro, I don't even know, dude. Fucking 100,000. That's like undershooting it insane. I just have no reference point.
That's the first thing you said.
200,000.
No, keep going.
300,000.
Up.
500,000. Higher than 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jess, that's so crazy. 600,000,
Higher.
700,000,
Higher.
800,000. No way. A Billy Willie Millie?
Higher.
A million?
Higher.
Higher than a million. Holy dick. That's so fucking crazy, bro. A million too.
Higher.
Really, Jess? 1,000,005?
Higher.
Oh shit. I'm going 2.
Higher.
Then 2 million. Jess. 3.5.
Higher.
Jessica. 4.
Higher.
Holy shit. No, I'm done. Tell me, I'm done.
4,440,000
Holy shit. Holy shit.
for one song.
That number is impossible to quantify. I have absolutely like you say it, and then literally after like the N in million, like my brain just stops. You're like 4 and like something million, and I'm just like I feel
not
like
real.
that like wrong end
It's
of a
not
receiver,
real.
just like trying to like figure it out, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not real.
Oh, that's so crazy, bro. I don't even, dude. Wow. This has been the A&A podcast. Sarah sitting down with Jess Benko, going over independent life. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
4.5
joining.
million playlists later.
Thank
Jess
you for
Benko,
listening
everybody.
to me talk about myself for an hour.